Hey guys, today what I'm going to do and what I'm going to show you is my new method for creating the Web 2.0 glossy glass icons and social media buttons. Kind of like the ones that you see with Twitter and Facebook and Dig and all the other major social networking sites. What you'll first want to do is open Illustrator in a 57 pixel by 57 pixel document with 72 ppi. And what that is it's normally the average size for the icons. And since you're working with vectors, it's going to be able to be blown up, shrunk down, whatever. And so you're going to draw your we're going to do the round we're going to do the rounded rectangle this time, and you can go ahead and draw that. And what you can do is if your rounded rectangle is not showing up how you want it, like if it's showing up like that, like round, too round, I guess is what I'm looking for here. You can hit up and down on the arrow keys to either increase the size of the rounded edges or decrease the size of the rounded edges, which is really nice. And now once you have your square drawn, you're going to want to it does you don't want it to have a stroke, so we want the stroke to just not be there, and you want to fill it with a gradient. And then it defaults to a sideways gradient or a horizontal gradient, and we want the gradient to be going up and down or vertical. And now we'll change the color of the gradient by clicking on the image and then clicking on the gradient option. Then we'll come over here, and whatever color you want, I'm actually going to do, I'll go with blue. And whatever color you want, just get a light shade of it and a dark shade of it. That way, it will give off the appearance that it is actually fading instead of just kind of looking dull and one solid color. It'll give the appearance that it is actually reflecting something. Son of a gun. Okay, we will. I don't want that. Let's go this dark. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And now what you want to do is you want to copy this image. So if you're on a Mac, you can hold Option and just drag it. Oops. You can hold Option and drag. Hold Option and drag. There we go. Or if you're on a PC, you can just click on the image, go to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. And you want, first off, we'll back up a little bit here. If you don't already have this window open that has Pathfinder on it, go ahead and open that up by going into Window and Pathfinder, because we're gonna need the minus front option here. And then once you get your copied layer out, move it over to beside the original image. That way you don't get confused and start editing the wrong one. And make sure with the little green line there that it's lined up in the center so it's perfect. And then you can right click on it and go to arrange and bring to front, because eventually you're going to need it in the front anyway. And then grab your pen tool over here and just kind of make a design look in it that kind of looks funky, I guess. And then just bring that all the way around until it's connected to itself again, and it covers the entire it covers this entire square. And then what we want to do is you want to highlight these two, or select both the square and the new image that you drew, and just come over to Pathfinder and click on minus front. And it does this, and it leaves you with this, which will go ahead and will turn into a gradient. And we'll want to change this gradient from the default black and white to a white and white, in which one of the whites opacity is 50. Okay. And then we drag this over on top of our existing image, like so. And then we edit the way that the gradient is. And since we notice that the transparent white is up here at the top, since you can tell that it starts to fade through, just go above the gradient till you get this little circle with an arrow and just drag it down. And you can hold shift to make sure it's completely straight. And then just drag up. Like that. And you can play with it and get it how you want it to look. You can resize it, anything you need to do to get the way you want the gradient to look or how you feel it should look. And then if you want, you can resize it. Give it a little bit of a resize. Pull it away a little. Alright, I need to change my gradient some more on it. Make it fade just a tiny bit more. Bring the opacity down on it a little bit more to 25. Okay, that'll do it. So instead of having your opacity at 50, make it 25 instead. Okay, great. And now we want a little accent down here at the bottom just to give it that pop. So we'll do the same thing that we did if you're on a Mac. Hold Option and just drag it. Or if you're on a PC, do Edit Copy, Edit Paste to get this layer out by itself. And then we'll bring it down. And then we will turn it. And if you don't know how to turn it, just pull, just take the cursor all the way over to the corners until you get the little rotate icon, and then turn it around and hold shift to make sure you've got it completely straight, and then line it up with the center just like that. And we don't want it that big because that's going to look tacky, so what we'll do is we'll redo the pen tool that we did before, and we'll start right here. We'll go here. And we'll just, try to think of something to do, and that's just not going to do it. So we'll go up here and make it look something like this. I don't really know how that's going to look, but we're going to try it. So then we want to select this one and this one. And we will go again to the minus front, which leaves us with that, which doesn't look too bad, but I'm going to have to change that gradient on it. Not what I wanted. There we go. And that's a little bit much, so we'll keep scooting it up, There we go. Something like that will look good. And then we'll zoom out to 100% to see what it would look like. Boom, there we go. Oh, that's 150. There. Oh. Okay, there. I don't like the zoom on the new Apple Magic Mouse. It is too sensitive. And there. That's what it would look like. So it kind of looks 3D. And if you don't like that, then just take it off. And I mean, that works too. That works just as well by itself without that little extra accent at the bottom. And that's just another way to make a social media network icon or even a button. You can elongate that and do it that way. It makes it look nice, and it's just a lot different than the one that I previously showed you.